That is always the age-old question. What's new in 2020 is scheduling games on 2 days' notice. Here we go, off from the Carrier Dome. Should be one of the top teams in the Colonial, as they have been in recent years. There's Buddy Boeheim in his second game back after he missed 3 due to contact tracing.
You know, I think, Mike, he's a guy, as you start talking about guys potentially playing next level, I think there's no doubt in my mind with the right situation and team, Buddy Boeheim is a guy.
And the rebound pulled down by Jason Strong. Coleman Stuka, a true freshman, is short, and the putback for Strong.
And in particular, if your coach yelling out orders all game.
Stuka again gets this one to go. We talked to Bill Cohen. He said you have to have a plan of where you're going to move the ball, and they get a 3 there from the sophomore Tyson Walker. And Boeheim clutches the rebound. Joe Girard gets that to go, and much needed for Syracuse. An answer for the Orange.
Probably right up there, if not the one of the greatest Syracuse players of all time. And so I would agree. I'll give him a little credit for that one right there, that he wasn't getting the shot attempts that Buddy has had.
Stuka left wide open. Boeheim the rebound off the Strong miss. The lob up top for Guerrier. A lot to like about Guerrier now as a sophomore.
Yeah, and with Sidibe out, he's moved over to that 4 position. Great job. It has been something that's been efficient all year for Syracuse thus far.
He's on the offensive glass here, following the miss.
Quincy Guerrier.
Girard, a deep one. Got it.
3-point field goal.
Yeah, it's a totally different framework, right, for your defense, knowing that you have to extend even well beyond that strike. Stuka with his second triple.
Well, early on, right now, you can see Northeastern's getting the ball to the foul line, and then they're playing from there.
Telford with a 3, and that makes 5 of them for Northeastern from beyond the arc.
Coming off dribble drives like you saw there, baseline, and then that's just a wide open 3. Syracuse has got to do a better job cutting down on the dribble drives by Northeastern. Cohen talked about this, having a plan against the Syracuse zone. You must break it down, get it into the paint, as you see right there. Extra pass, wide open 3. You can't do it any better early on than what Northeastern is doing now.
Bill Cohen typically, like Jim Boeheim, pretty lenient, letting guys go with 2 fouls in the first half, but he yanks Walker here at the 6:23 mark. Transition 3 for Telford. And a timeout, Syracuse.
Stop. They got up before the Syracuse zone could get set.
They've got 4 straight triples. Guerrier going to work on the block.
Yeah, I think this area again right here is where Guerrier is effective. Beautiful pass that time. Drew the defender. Nice backdoor cut by Dolezaj.
I was saying this week locally in Syracuse that there's just so much to like about Guerrier's game and his development. Tough shot underneath by Jamil Telford, who's been terrific so far.
Syracuse 5. Now coming into this game, Syracuse was one of the better teams in the country, averaging close to 21 assists per game. Credit Northeastern as you take a look at Dolezaj cutting down.
Good hands by Guerrier defensively. And then Walker strips Dolezaj. Tough reverse for Tyson Walker.
I've talked with Red Autry and Jerry Mack about this, and one of the things that they like about him, which makes him special, he got to have thick skin in that situation. Obviously, again, it's well documented.
Man, just another wide open Northeastern 3 attempt. Dolezaj in transition. Tyson Walker nearly lost it, still dribbling with it, and out of harm's way. Now the shot clock winding down on Shaquille Walters. Tough step back 3. Wow. See if Syracuse can inject some life into this team. Boeheim, we told you he was quiet in the first half, and there's a tip on the follow for Quincy Guerrier.
Well, he's trying to do something to add some life, because right now it just seems like but there's no sense of urgency for Syracuse. That's what I'm sensing in this game, and credit Northeastern. They're beating them to loose balls.
Just ended about 4.5 minutes without a bucket after Walker left the game. Girard with a miss, and this has just been sluggish so far from Syracuse. Walters finishes.
As you said, 1 of 13 in the second half field goals, and a lot of that credit goes to Northeastern. They've contested.
Walters out of the trap. Poked away by Richmond, who has been a theft so far. Chubrilo with the shot clock winding down for the Huskies. Nearly picked off. Numbers for Northeastern, blocked by Richmond. Hello. So he exits. He's one of the veterans, a redshirt junior. And a turnover by Telford. Back come the Orange, up top, Guerrier from Richmond. Timeout Northeastern. Nearly another steal, shot clock winding down. Stuka gave it up for Eboigben to beat the Horn, who played his first season of college ball at Illinois. Girard with a nice find, a good cut from Dolezaj. Eboigben nearly walked with it, and he finishes. Behan, tough shot falling away. Who else on the glass but Guerrier with a chance at 3. As large as the lead has been for Syracuse at 5. Strong a weak side 3. Boeheim and Griffin, as you mentioned, just the 2 combined points for the Orange. Griffin still on the bench where he's been since the 9:41 mark. Boeheim another miss, but Dolezaj follows. Girard picks off the pass from Telford. And Girard lays it in and a foul. Northeastern calls off the Dogs, and Syracuse will escape the dome with a 6-point win.
Final score of today's game, Syracuse 60.